At 41 years old, Thiago Silva recently terminated his contract with boyhood club Fluminense, choosing to walk away from the emotional connection he built over decades. His reasoning? A burning desire to return to Europe, prepare for the 2026 World Cup and be closer to his family. Silva's decision has sparked a fascinating trend. Several elite players who left Europe's bright lights for lucrative contracts elsewhere are now eyeing January returns. With the World Cup looming and competition fires still burning, these 7 names could be gracing European pitches again sooner than you think. When Ruben Neves swapped Wolves for Al Hilal in 2023, it looked like a one-way ticket. But Manchester United's midfield crisis has thrown the Portuguese maestro an unexpected lifeline. With Bruno Fernandes sidelined for weeks with a hamstring injury and Kobbie Mainoo battling fitness issues, Ruben Amorim finds himself desperately short in the engine room. United were so stretched against Aston Villa that Lisandro Martinez had to slot into midfield. Here's where it gets interesting. Neves has rejected Al Hilal's contract extension, and with his deal expiring next summer, the Saudi club are prepared to cut their losses in January rather than lose him for nothing. Reports suggest they'll accept just 18 to 20 million pounds, less than half what they paid. For a player who dominated the Premier League for years and remains a Portugal regular despite playing in Saudi Arabia, that is remarkable value. United aren't alone in their pursuit. Newcastle United are monitoring the situation closely, creating a 2-horse race for his signature. The 28-year-old has made it clear that he's ready to return to England, willing to take a significant pay cut to make it happen. While Neves represents the new generation escaping Saudi football's golden cage, Sergio Ramos embodies old-school hunger. The 39-year-old Real Madrid legend recently confirmed his departure from Mexican side Monterrey, making himself available as a free agent. According to reports, Manchester United considered tabling an offer for the Spaniard to join in January. Before you dismiss this as nostalgic fantasy, consider the context. Ramos still scored 7 goals in 32 games for Monterrey this season, proving his aerial threat remains potent. United's defence has been plagued by injuries and inconsistency under Amorim's new system. Ramos brings decades of winning experience, 4 Champions League titles, multiple La Ligas, a World Cup and 2 European Championships. However, it's since been reported that United have no concrete interest, with the club moving away from signing ageing stars on inflated wages after the Ronaldo saga. AC Milan have also been offered Ramos as they search for defensive reinforcements. Whether the interest is genuine or media speculation, Ramos himself confirmed in 2023 that he came close to joining United in 2015. At 39, he's made it clear retirement isn't on the agenda yet. Ivan Toney's situation perfectly shows the tension between Saudi riches and European relevance. The 29-year-old left Brentford for Al Hilal in 2024, earning a staggering £400,000 per week tax-free. He's been prolific in the Middle East, 41 goals in 59 appearances. But there's a problem. Thomas Tuchel has only selected him for England once since his departure, and with the 2026 World Cup approaching, Toney knows that he's fading from the national team picture. Multiple Premier League clubs have inquired about his availability. Tottenham, West Ham and Everton have all expressed interest, with Liverpool even tentatively linked after Alexander Isak's injury. But here's the complication that makes this transfer fascinating: UK tax law. As a British national, if Toney returns to England within 2 years of leaving, he's liable for back taxes on his Saudi earnings. Reports suggest this could cost him around £14 million, effectively forcing him to pay a fortune just to revive his England career. Al Ahly's sporting director has publicly insisted Toney won't be sold, yet sources close to the striker suggest his only real motivation to return would be for the World Cup selection. Recent reports indicate Thomas Tuchel was unimpressed with Toney during his last England camp, which could derail any January move entirely. Memphis Depay's move to Corinthians last year raised eyebrows across European football. Recently, he crowned his Brazilian adventure with a Copa do Brasil triumph, scoring the winning goal in the final and sealing qualification for the 2026 Copa Libertadores. But victory celebrations were followed by controversy. In a passionate post-match interview, Depay unleashed a scathing attack on Corinthians directors, accusing them of sabotaging the club's progress. His words resonated with fans, but but may have landed poorly with the club hierarchy. Financial problems have plagued Depay's time in Brazil. He's been involved in multiple disputes over unpaid bonuses and image rights totaling around €900,000. The club, drowning in approximately €400 million of debt, has struggled to meet their obligations. There's a clause allowing him to terminate his contract unilaterally if the club fails to pay his salary for 2 months. Besiktas emerged as front-runners for his signature during the summer. While that move didn't materialise, the Turkish connection remains alive. For Depay, who turns 32 in February, returning to Europe for World Cup preparation makes perfect sense. Marcelo Brozovic has made his intentions crystal clear. The 33-year-old Al Nassr midfielder has been offered a contract extension but hasn't provided a definite answer. Why? Because he wants to return to Europe, and he's prepared to accept a significant salary reduction to make it happen. His contract expires at the end of this season, making January a realistic departure window. After 7 glorious years at Inter Milan, where he established himself as one of Serie A's elite midfielders, the Croatian international still feels he has unfinished business in Europe. Sources suggest the transfer could happen as early as January, with Juventus mentioned as the most probable destination. At 33, Brozovic understands that European clubs won't match his Saudi wages. Reports suggest he'd likely earn around €4 million annually, compared to his current €25 million. But for him, the trade-off is worth it. Playing at the highest competitive level matters more than the paycheck. Perhaps the most intriguing story of all. Dani Alves, at 42 years old, hasn't just found a route back to Europe, he's bought his own club. The Barcelona legend has finalised the purchase of Sporting Club de São João de Ver, a Portuguese third division outfit. But here's the twist, he's planning to register himself as a player. According to ESPN Brazil, Alves intends to sign a 6-month playing contract from January to June 2026, effectively becoming both owner and player. He hasn't featured competitively since January 2023 when his Mexican club Pumas UNAM terminated his contract following his arrest. After spending time in jail, his conviction was eventually overturned by Catalonia's High Court of Justice in March 2025 due to insufficient evidence. Since his release, Alves has been working behind the scenes in European football as an agent, but always with the intention of returning to the pitch. Sources claim he's been following an individual fitness program and believes he only needs 30 days to regain match fitness. Rounding out our list is Yanick Carrasco, whose situation remains more speculative. The Belgian winger left Atletico Madrid for Al-Shabaab in 2023 on a 3-year deal worth around €15 million annually. Early reports linked him strongly with Besiktas during the summer window. The 32-year-old's motivation aligns with the others on this list. He wants to play in the 2026 World Cup and believes European football offers better visibility. However, his reported wages proved a stumbling block for Besiktas. Carrasco's contract with Al-Shabaab runs until 2027, making a January exit more complicated. His market value sits around €7 million. And while no concrete moves have materialised recently, the World Cup calendar provides motivation for both player and club to find a solution. What these 7 players share goes beyond mere geography. They represent a generation caught between financial security and competitive glory, between guaranteed wealth and uncertain legacy. Leagues outside of Europe offered them extraordinary contracts, but it couldn't offer Champions League nights or World Cup preparation against elite opposition. The January window will reveal which of these stories reach fruition and which remain what-ifs. But one thing's certain, Europe's elite leagues could be about to welcome back some familiar faces, each carrying different motivations but sharing one common goal: to prove they made the right choice in coming home. Which of these deals do you think will happen? Let us know in the comments. Remember to leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it and subscribe to the channel. Also, be sure to turn on post notifications so that you never miss out on any new videos. See you next time. Bye.